Yo, what's up? My name's Judo, just like the martial art. Today I'm gonna be teaching you 5 ways to make a Southside beat. Southside is one of those producers that make cinematic trap beats, very on the dark vibe. He also charges 100 grand for a beat, which is outrageous for any artist. So I'm gonna be teaching you a little secret, a little cheat code on. Let's get it. First thing I found was a Japanese sample off YouTube, just random, and I think it gives that dreamy type of vibe. Next, I dragged it into Slice X, which is like my favorite sampling plugin in FL. You can use a loop if you want, but honestly, you gotta man up sometimes and you gotta face the real world, and you gotta actually chop up your samples and make it your own.
They make Fruity Loops. It's called Too Easy, but it takes a great producer like me to tell it sounds garbage and fake.
Using the sample, I made some notes. Then you gotta use a orchestral plugin. I used Nexus because Nexus is OG. That's some of the best sounds. Just find like a simple orchestral sound and just play some notes for it. Last thing you need in this Southside beat is some strings. Every Southside beat has it. It needs to give you that stabby feeling, like you're about to get killed from a serial killer. I do need a therapist, so there you go. Putting it all together and adding effects like EQ and reverb to each one of them. This is what it sounds like. Now let's add the drums. Drums are very essential to making a Southside beat. The best thing to do is to make drums with purpose. In order to make drums with a purpose, you kind of have to just go crazy with the drum pattern. Also, when making Southside beats, you also want to have a snare roll like this. When you have a snare roll like this at the end of your 4 bars, it really adds to the intensity of the beat. For the hi-hats, the main thing you want to do is have a very snappy hi-hat. You also want to add rolls to it, which is essential for a Southside beat. These rolls are supposed to hit as hard as like a Y-end with a switch. It's just supposed to hit. Also, you want to add some spaces to add to the intensity and suspense of the beat. You also want to change the pitches of each of the rolls. Now it's time for the 808s. I know you'd be waiting for me to talk about the 808s because a lot of YouTubers be lacking. But I'm gonna give you guys a little sauce, a little secret. The best thing that Southside does, and one thing I've came to know on doing that he has done, is that he adds a lot of rolls to his 808s. That is very essential and very key to having that Southside type of song.
Over time, I don't know about the break. Chase the paper till I feel the ache. Let's get it.
The last sounds I like to add is some perks. Some of these perks come from like lasers, there's different bells even. There's different things that add on to the intensity of the beat. I also, to note, I added some kicks to the 808 to add on to the punchiness of the 808. The last thing to do with the beat is to lay out the beat and organize it. Also to add little effects that will add on to the drama effect of the beat. I like to start with the sample first, just a basic sample, add some effects to it, and slowly bring in the main sample into it. Doing all of this and adding everything together, and also automation when it comes to stereo separation and reverbs and all that. Yes, indeed. Well, make sure to like and subscribe for more tutorials like this. Also,
What if I call myself Northside, being from the Northern Hemisphere?
And I make beats. That makes me a producer of Southside. Now contrast with being Southside. I'm being Southside.